my list. But I was going to be short list. It's a holiday party, but I have to go over. I'm going to go over my 14 minutes really quick. If you have not heard, oh, I'm sorry. If you have not heard, we were ranked the most diverse school in the nation out of 24,000 schools, which is a great thing. I got a lot of emails and phone calls from niche.com. It was carried on Education World. I kind of knew we were top diversity, but I didn't realize we were #1 on their list. So that was great. I'll give you an update about admissions. In the middle of admissions right now, we're up about 3% with applications. So we have 4,600 applications. Last year, we were about 4,450. Great pool of applicants from, again, all over the city. I've been working on that, trying to get a lot of that done before winter recess break, and then I have until January 11th to make final decisions. Letters will go out late January, early February, and then after that, students will have about a week or two to make up the decision. So we'll know about the 279 probably by early March how many students are coming next year. Some good news about 275. Yesterday we had our honors convocation. It was a great event. The new CAO of the district, Cheryl Logan, was here. She gave remarks, very poignant, focused. We have 5 students from 275 that are Quest Bridge Scholarship finalists, which is a big deal. It would take them through their doctoral program. And also, we had 4 National Merit semifinals this year. And there were only 4 schools in the entire city of Philadelphia who got any. So we had 4, which was great. So 275 did very well. 48% of the students in the 275 made honor roll first quarter. Overall, the average in the building was 38%. The 278 freshmen led the school. 55% of the freshmen, 605 freshmen, half of them, over half of them made the honor roll. So years past, the last couple of years, there's always been the senior class that's led the school. I didn't tell the seniors yesterday because I wanted them to celebrate their day, but the freshman class led the school with 55% making honor roll, which is great. So if you're a 278 parent, great job. And that means the transition and the things we're putting in place to make the transition more smooth are starting to work. We handpick our advisors for 9th grade. We put tutoring programs in place so students are taking advantage of them. So I'm happy to see that students are making that transition and doing very well with it. Tomorrow in this room we will be having a Student Voices Power, Student Voices Forum. Last year we had one with the mayoral candidates. Tomorrow we have 4 non-political figures. I guess they are politicians in a way, but they will be in to discuss with our seniors from Mr. Graham and Mr. Horowitz's AP Gov and Social Science classes. And the 4 people that will be here, Marge Neff, the chairperson of CEO, will be here, who's a central parent. John Doherty, the head of all of the building trades, he will be here. Who's at St. Joe's Prep grad, my school. Richard Ross, who's 241, who will be the next police commissioner of Philadelphia. The central guy will be here. And also, the 4th person is Rose Gray, who's a developer from the city. So they're going to ask questions about where is the city going, and the students, I haven't seen the questions yet. I know it's going to be an outstanding event. PCN will be carrying this statewide. So, and some other news organizations should be here. So, Mr. Horowitz and Mr. Graham do a great job of organizing the students, and I'm very pleased with the panel that they've went out and they've gotten to commit to this. So it should be an interesting day for us in the morning. Winter concert is on the 22nd here in the auditorium. If you haven't seen a winter concert, please come. It's a great event. Winter recess will be the 24th to the 4th of January, so it's relatively long this year. We will be giving the winter keystone when we get back, the 6th, 7th, and 8th. If your child has to take it, we will contact them. It's a very small number of our students. Some of them have to retake the assessment. We will contact your students, your children directly if they need to take the test. National History Day competition will be in this room. We will have our event here on the 21st of January, so we're excited about that. Mr. Drago is leading that. Our CHS musical this year will be Seussical, the musical, the Dr. Seuss musical. That will be the weekend of April 7th through 10th. A lot of information will come out of that later. I just wanted to put it out there because if you haven't seen the show, our school shows are wonderful. We have a new person who does set design, Mr. Kelsey. He's a great art teacher. And they're already working on the lighting systems. They finally have everything up and running, so I'm excited about the show. It should be great this year. Midterm examinations for all students will be February 2nd through February 5th. They will be half days for the students. So they will take their midterms, and then they will be sent home after that. It gives them more time to study. gives our teachers time to evaluate what the students are doing, and grades go in right after that, so it works out for all parties. So that's on the calendar. Very important date, February 18th is International Day. If you're a new parent and you haven't seen it, or you don't know what it is, you need to come in and check it out. It's just an incredible day. The hallways are decorated. It's a great event. It's one of the biggest events we do during the school year. So that's February 18th. It's on the calendar on centralhigh.net. Some athletics updates, just to close out the fall sports. Boys cross country won the championship. Golf team won the championship. Girls tennis team won the public league and the District 12 championship. Girls soccer, field hockey, cross country, and volleyball were all runners-up. They came in second. And boys soccer and football both lost in the public league semifinals. So we were in semifinals or better in every sport basically in the fall. So it was a great fall season for all of our sports, boys, girls, and every single sport. So very proud of the students and how they did on the fields. Music, we have a new partnership. We have someone coming in from Temple University teaching our students harp. So if your child is interested in learning the harp, they should see Mr. Blazer, or you can contact Mr. Blazer. And finally, for me, happy holidays to you and your families. I'm looking forward to my daughter Quinn's first Christmas and my older daughter's 7th Christmas. So I just put it together with robotics kids. They helped me put a bike together in my office for myself. I kind of got stalled out. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to call them robotics guys. So they came in and they were there to help me out.
I was wondering about
there was one screw that was not in with the bike. I'm like, you got to be kidding me! I can't connect this fender. They went down and made one for me. Cut it down. I'm like, I love working at Central. Only at Central, we have students making you screws for your bike. So anyway, before I turn it over, any questions for me? I know coffee's going. Treats in the back. Yes.
Why Keystone's tests are only for a few students?
Because we give it, the larger scale assessment is given in the spring. It's only for the students who didn't pass the test, so it's a very small number. It's less than 3%. In fact, teachers, a lot of schools will do late arrivals where they won't have students come in until 11 o'clock in the morning. We don't do that. The administrators, we oversee Proctor, and we don't shut the school down at all. We do that later in the year when we're testing 1,800 students. But this time, the assistant principals, myself, counselors will give the test. Okay? Yes?
What's the union saying about the budget?
What's the union saying about the budget? I'm at a loss about the budget, quite frankly. You know, it seems like now it's the House Republicans against the House Senate. So I read today that a lot of the politicians are not going to the PA Society up in the Waldorf Astoria up in New York City, which is a big lobbying event. I was at one of my union meetings about a month ago, and they said the budget will be done by this weekend because of that event. But now it doesn't look like it's going to be done. So I'm on an advisory council for Dr. Height. I will meet with him tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So I'll try to get some insight what's going on, his perspective. My perspective is we have a lot of adults who were hired to legislate and they don't know what they're doing. You know, you have to compromise. I know people take a hard line either way, but there has to be some compromise. It seems like the Senate and the governor have gotten together, but the House has not yet. Yes?
Is it still the same contract with source for teachers for the substitute system?
Yeah, it's actually been a lot better. Like
Really?
Oh yeah, for us, I should say it's been a lot better for us.
Okay.
Because the substitute teachers, they come here and they have gone to heaven. So now we have a consistent base of people who will come back to us.
So what's the percentage now for you?
Today there were 5 teachers out for various reasons, and there were 4 subs. So 80%. So it's much better for us, but it's not better for a lot of my colleagues, I can tell you that. I live with the principal, and she still gets very few subs. So it's not fixed yet. It's on the docket, actually. I had a conference call with the advisory group that meets with Dr. Height, and it's at the top of the list.
Because at least some parents actually talked to him and suggested that he go back the way it was. And
well, we got some people back who were teachers here. Jerry Curlin was a teacher here a long time. He's now signed up because they're paying people more money. So now it's hit that area where okay, it's worth it for us to come back. Bob Bartholomew, if you know Bob, he was a baseball coach. He was here for a long time. What's that?
228.
228. He started yesterday. Yesterday he was here, and today he was here as a sub. So we're getting good people, quality people as well.
system-wide, it's still...
System-wide, it's not strong. I'd be stunned if it's going as well as it is here.
Yeah,
So,
well, I haven't heard great things on this.
No, it's not. It's not going well. Yes?
think that you want to mention the second group of germination project students were nominated. Talk about that.
Well, we're involved with a germination project, which is a project that, it's Dilworth Paxson, correct? Is that the firm, the law firm? The CEO of that, he's working on developing leadership in students in the city. So the first cohort has gone through a year. Your son, Thomas, is that it? Went in the cohort. And then we had interviews this week, and we selected, the panel selected 3 students. Grace Delvecchio, Maddie Strom, and Ashish, what's Ashish's last name?
The hall.
No, not
not
senior. No,
different
this is a sophomore. It starts sophomore year. I think it's Ashish Abraham, I believe is his name. So there's 3 students that were selected for the program, and really it's a great program. They get to go out and they get to really work with people that are players in multiple professions in the city of Philadelphia. So we're trying to grow leadership through this program, and it's a wonderful program. Right now, I think that the first cohort are working with veterans, wounded veterans.
Yeah, they got
in New
paired
York.
up. One of the projects that they're working on is that they got paired up with different veterans, wounded veterans, and they haven't started kind of working with them, but they've connected with them to try and do some outreach in Philadelphia through that, and partnering with them. So there's a lot of different ways that they're trying to connect these kids with different leaders in Philadelphia and people that have done amazing things so that they can also now go out and do amazing things for the city.
And it's not just Philadelphia schools, it's also private schools that were selected in the suburbs. There's only 8 schools that participated, and we have 3 of the first, I think, 10 students in the
Yeah,
whole program.
we were the only school that had all,
Three, right.
yeah,
And how are the students selected?
Well, the next cohort are not in yet.
right.
They
have to go through a
So students
nomination.
had to go through an application process here.
So they apply
And then they were
for it.
interviewed by the original group and also some teachers, a teacher panel. I sat in on a couple interviews, and then they narrowed that field to 3. They'll have to go downtown and interview, and we're hoping that all 3 of our students that we're
But
sending will be.
any student can apply for it?
Only a sophomore, it's only sophomore. So
Sophomore.
next year, the members of 278 can apply.
Right.
So, and there'll be a lot of information about it. Yes.
What was the event you were discussing? I missed it. There was a panel, and what was that called, and when is that?
Power of Student Voices, it's here tomorrow. Tomorrow from 9:30 to 11:30. Yes.
What's the National History Day event in January?
January 21st will be the school competition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, led by Mr. Drago. Any other questions? All right.
All
Happy
right.
holidays, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thank you.